the second of 3 videos about why plastic bottles are bad for the environment.
In this video, we're going to be talking about what happens to a plastic bottle after it's been used.
For the next 15 minutes of a plastic bottle's life, it actually has a purpose. Well, that's until its contents are consumed and it's thrown in the bin. 20% of bottles make their way into the recycling bin, and we are led to believe that they get recycled into new bottles, which is a good thing, right? Well, not exactly. We would love to tell you that plastic bottles that are put in recycling are made into new ones, and that bottle manufacturers aren't sidestepping the truth at all. But unfortunately, this is not the reality. Hardly any of the bottles put in the recycling bin get made into new ones. The rest, well, they get downcycled and made into things like carpets and faces, which is a good thing, right? Well, not exactly. Whenever we put our fleece in the wash, up to 2,000 plastic microfibers can come out of it, which end up in waterways, which ultimately ends up in the ocean. Bottle tops can't even be downcycled. They're made of too lower grade plastic to be made into new things. They join the 80% of plastic bottles that don't get put in the recycling bin and get incinerated or put to landfill.
But what happens to the remainder bottles that don't get downcycled, incinerated or put to landfill? Well, you just have to look at roadsides, streets and waterways to see where they end up. They litter the planet, which is a bit of a problem because one of plastic's greatest properties is that it takes ages to break down. Brilliant for a tough chair or durable building material, not so brilliant for an item that's designed to be used once and then thrown in the bin. Plastic bottles can stay in the same form for hundreds of years before even beginning to break down into smaller pieces. These pieces of plastic, which eventually become so small they're named microplastics, stay around on the planet forever. This can be a bit of a problem if these microplastics get into the oceans. While floating around for hundreds of years, the minute pieces of plastic absorb any chemicals contained in the water around them, such as flame retardants and pesticides. One single microplastic can become up to 1 million times more toxic than the water around it. These are then mistaken for food by fish and other sea creatures, which eat the plastic, and the toxins contained in it are absorbed into their bodies. But the thing is, most fish are at the bottom of a food chain we're at the top of, and the toxins contained in their bloodstreams BIO-MAGNIFY or increase in concentration as they work their way up the food chain and eventually end up in us. Toxins that can mix up women's hormones and can even cause cancer. Emily Penn, an oceans advocate, and X-Expedition, a group of women studying plastic's effects on the female body, had their blood sampled, and of a chosen 35 harmful or banned chemicals, up to 29 were actually in their bloodstreams, which they'd reason to believe came from plastic. But plastic's been around for less than 100 years, and it's only recently that we've started to discover why it's so bad for the environment and for our health. So really, not only is plastic bad for the environment, but it could also be affecting our health in ways that we don't even know about at the moment.